What if everything that ever broke you was never actually a mistake? What if the job you lost, the person who left, the year that fell apart, what if none of it was random? Almost nobody realizes this until it's too late. We spend our whole lives fighting reality, resisting what happens to us, begging the universe to rewind. But there's one lesson buried inside ancient Stoic philosophy that changes how you see every hardship you've ever faced. Marcus Aurelius believed something most people never accept, that nothing in your life happens by chance. Not the pain, not the delay, not the silence from someone you loved. Have you ever noticed how the worst moments somehow shape who you become? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why suffering has a hidden order, and why the moment you accept this truth, your entire life starts to feel different. You'll understand why before this video ends. Stoicism isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about understanding it. For centuries, men have turned to Stoic philosophy during their darkest chapters: heartbreak, failure, loss, uncertainty. Not because it removes pain, but because it gives pain a purpose. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the Roman Empire, still woke up every morning reminding himself that difficulty was coming. Not to scare himself, to prepare himself. Seneca lost everything more than once: exile, betrayal, near death, yet he wrote some of the calmest words in history. That calmness wasn't luck. It was practice. Today, we're going to walk through 8 lessons that reveal why nothing happens by chance, and how understanding this can transform how you handle stress, failure, and uncertainty. Before we begin, I want you to do something simple. In the comments, write one affirmation that represents what you're working through right now. Something honest. Something real. Not for anyone else. For you. Because by the end of this video, that affirmation might mean something completely different. Let's start with the first lesson, and it might be the one you needed most. Lesson 1. Pain is often preparation, not punishment. Most people believe suffering is proof that life is against them. Stoicism teaches the opposite. Marcus Aurelius wrote that obstacles don't block the path, they become the path. Every difficulty carries a lesson disguised as misfortune. Think about a time you lost something you thought you needed. A relationship, a job, a version of yourself you were proud of. At the time, it probably felt like punishment. But looking back, doesn't it seem like that loss redirected you towards something more aligned with who you were becoming? Have you experienced this? Stoics believed pain reveals character. Comfort hides it. When life takes something from you, it isn't cruelty, it's calibration. It's forcing you to build strength you didn't know you needed. This doesn't mean pain feels good. It means pain has direction, even when you can't see it yet. Keep this idea in mind, because the next lesson explains something even harder to accept: why the people who hurt you might have taught you the most. Lesson 2. The people who hurt you are often your greatest teachers. Nobody wants to hear this one. It's uncomfortable. But Epictetus taught that other people cannot control your reaction, only your judgment can. Think about someone who betrayed your trust, ignored your effort, or left without explanation. Doesn't part of you still carry that weight? Epictetus would say the weight isn't from them. It's from the meaning you attach to what they did. This doesn't excuse cruelty. It simply frees you from carrying it forever. Does this sound familiar? When someone hurts you, they hand you a choice: sink into resentment or rise into understanding. Most people never realize this choice exists. They think the pain controls them. In reality, only their response controls them. The Stoics believed every difficult person in your life is a mirror, showing you exactly where you still need to grow. If this resonates with you, take a moment to reflect on who taught you the most, even if it hurt. Because the next lesson reveals something even more important: why letting go isn't weakness. It's mastery. Lesson 3. Letting go is not weakness, it's mastery. Seneca once said that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Most people hold on to old wounds because they mistake holding on for strength. But holding on doesn't protect you. It traps you. Think about something you've replayed in your mind for months, maybe years. Has reliving it changed the outcome even once? Probably not. What if you've been looking at it the wrong way? Stoicism teaches that release isn't surrender, it's control. You're not forgetting what happened. You're choosing not to let it dictate your future. This is where most people fail. They confuse forgiveness with weakness, when in truth, forgiveness is the ultimate form of self-respect. Letting go means you decide when the story ends, not the person who hurt you, not the moment that broke you. The next lesson is where most people fail, because it asks you to look at something even harder, your own expectations, and how they quietly destroy your peace. This small detail changes everything about how you experience daily life. Lesson 4. Expectations are silent destroyers of peace. Marcus Aurelius warned that suffering often comes not from events themselves, but from expecting life to be different than it is. Think about how many times you've been disappointed, not because something bad happened, but because you expected something better. Have you ever noticed that? The Stoics believed peace comes from accepting reality exactly as it unfolds, without demanding it match your imagination. This doesn't mean giving up on goals. It means releasing the need for guarantees. Life rarely gives guarantees. It gives moments, and how you respond to them determines your peace. Very few people understand this. They spend years frustrated, not because life failed them, but because their expectations never matched reality in the first place. When you lower rigid expectations and raise your acceptance, frustration slowly fades. Many people need to hear this today. The real problem starts here, because once you stop demanding life be different, you finally start living the life you actually have. And that shift prepares you for something even deeper coming next. If you're enjoying these Stoic lessons and want more videos that genuinely improve your mindset, consider subscribing. It helps more people find this message. Lesson 5. Death is not the enemy, forgetting to live is. Seneca often reminded his students that we don't have a shortage of time, we waste the time we have. Think about how much energy you spend on things that won't matter in 5 years. Meanwhile, the people and moments that actually matter often get postponed. What would you do differently if you truly remembered life is limited? Stoics practice something called memento mori, remembering death, not to create fear, but to create urgency for meaning. This isn't morbid. It's clarifying. When you remember life is finite, distractions lose their grip and priorities become obvious. The next insight completely changes the perspective, because once you internalize this truth, you stop postponing the important conversations, the important goals, the important version of yourself. We'll come back to this idea later, because the next lesson reveals exactly how the Stoics turned this awareness into daily discipline. Lesson 6. Discipline is freedom, not restriction. Musonius Rufus taught that self-control isn't about limiting joy, it's about protecting your future self from your present impulses. Think about a moment you gave into comfort instead of growth, scrolling instead of working, avoiding instead of confronting, staying instead of leaving. Doesn't it feel like freedom in the moment, but regret afterward? That's the trap. True freedom isn't doing whatever you want. It's becoming someone who wants what's actually good for you. Have you experienced this? Stoic discipline isn't punishment. It's respect for your time, your goals, and your future. Every small disciplined choice compounds into a stronger version of yourself. Every undisciplined choice quietly erodes it. This is why the Stoics practice daily reflection, checking whether their actions aligned with the person they wanted to become. But another lesson is even more important than discipline alone, because knowing what to do isn't enough. You have to understand why most people still fail to act, even when they know exactly what's right. That answer comes next. Lesson 7. Fear of judgment keeps people small. Epictetus taught that most people are enslaved not by circumstances, but by the opinions of others. Think about how many decisions you've made based on what people might think, rather than what you actually wanted. Have you ever noticed that? The fear of being judged often costs people their most authentic life. Stoicism teaches a radical idea: other people's opinions are outside your control. So basing your choices on them is basing your life on something you can't even manage. This doesn't mean ignoring feedback. It means refusing to let fear disguise itself as wisdom. The real problem starts here, because most people don't even realize how much of their identity was built to please others instead of fulfilling themselves. When you release the need for approval, decisions become clearer, and confidence becomes quieter but stronger. Yet Stoicism goes deeper than confidence alone. The final lesson connects everything we've covered so far, revealing the one mindset shift that ties pain, people, expectations, mortality, discipline, and judgment into a single unshakable philosophy of living. Lesson 8. You only control your mind, and that's enough. Marcus Aurelius wrote that we suffer not from events, but from our judgment about events. This is the core of everything we've discussed. You cannot control other people, timing, outcomes, or fate, but you can control how you interpret and respond to all of it. Does this sound familiar now, after everything we've explored? Every lesson in this video circles back to this one truth: pain, betrayal, expectation, mortality, discipline, judgment, all filtered through the mind's response. When you master your mind, you master your experience of life, regardless of circumstance. This is why Stoics remained calm during chaos, not because life was easy, but because their peace didn't depend on ease. What's one habit you've transformed using a mindset shift like this? The Stoics believed the mind is the only territory truly yours to command. Everything else is temporary, uncertain, and outside your grasp. Which lesson challenged you most today? Because understanding this final truth means you finally hold the one thing capable of carrying you through anything life brings. Nothing that ever happened to you is random. The pain prepared you. The people taught you. The letting go freed you. The expectations humbled you. The awareness of mortality woke you up. The discipline strengthened you. The fear of judgment tested you. And your mind was always the one thing you truly controlled. Marcus Aurelius understood this 2,000 years ago, and it remains just as true today. Before you go, comment one meaningful affirmation connected to everything we discussed, something you're choosing to carry forward. If this video meant something to you, subscribe, because more transformative lessons are coming. Remember this: nothing happens by chance, only through you does it gain its meaning.